So I just saw a post about somebody complaining or talking about how TV shows and documentaries are always about our downfall, trying to speak up or speak for or in favor of Puffy, P. Diddy, Sean, Diddy, Combs, whatever. Now, let me just say this: two quarters, who did the documentary, is just an opportunist, period. He saw an opportunity to make money, he's doing it. I am not even mad about that. I'm glad that it's being exposed, although I don't have respect for two quarters either. And that goes back to his comments about Trump and taxes and being reckless and about saying he does not like black women. He prefers exotic women. And we prefer a real man and not somebody who is two quarters, who lies, exploits the black women he says he doesn't like. Got mad when he got sued because he used a girl's body and everything in a video. Then he came out and lied about how much money he didn't have to try not to pay the black woman he was exploiting. So I'm sure in his closet he's got some dirt too. His dirt may not be as deep or as ugly as Diddy's, but he may have some. Either way, if he's wrong, his day will come as well. But I am not going to protect. I had nothing for Diddy. I don't have sympathy for him, nor R. Kelly, none of them, because who you should be protecting are the young females, the young girls, even the young men. Men, period, are victims. Anybody that was treated and mistreated against their wishes. And it's easy to say, why don't people walk away? They just want the money. But I'm going to flip it back on you. Some of you don't even make minimum wage, and some of you make minimum wage. You're mistreated, you're talked down to. There are even foreigners who can't speak our language that you have to answer to, that you got to press one, and because they don't speak the language and they come in our areas and make money, and yet you don't walk away from $5, $10, $7, $15 jobs, but you want people to walk away from jobs that pay a lot of money. It doesn't matter how much you make. Whatever you make, you have become accustomed to that lifestyle. Not only that, you got to use it as a reference. So when you have a powerful person who says, I will destroy you, anybody, if you're in that industry and you've worked for somebody on his level, on the level of Diddy, Nasty Combs, and any of them, then people are going to pick up the phone and call his people. And all people from his camp have to do is put in a bad word, and now you can't get a job. Yes, can you go get a local one? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But when you have a bad reference from one job, you know it's not easy to get another one. We know it on a regular level with regular paying jobs. So can you imagine on a higher level with a smaller group and a smaller industry and group of people who can pay what you're used to making? So before you question people and say, how come they just don't? Or you could say, why didn't you save money? Why didn't you save money? You should save $10 out of every check. That would help you. But did you? No, you didn't, boo. That's why you don't have any. So my point is, before you start putting the finger and saying how come people can't do what, look in your own life. The same issues you have, they have them just on a different level. That's how it works. Issues don't change, they just grow. And the more money you have, the more opportunity, then the bigger the issue is. The bigger opportunities, the more opportunities you have to get in trouble. So when you say, my problem with that comment or them saying, how come he's trying to take another brother down? It is not the documentary that is taking him down. It is his actions that have finally caught up with him. And we need to salute Cassie. Everybody has so much to say about her, but I salute her. I don't know what my fellow Kim went through, his former wife and the mother of the twins, who is now deceased. But God rest her soul if she was abused and hurt, which I'm sure she was, because this fool didn't seem like he know how to love anybody but himself. But if Everybody that went through. But thank you, Cassie, for being bold enough to say something. And now it's coming out. There have been many, many men and many complaints that talked about him. But everybody thought it was just somebody trying to bring him down, and nobody wanted to speak out. The man who he bombed his car and messed with his dog. That stuff is real. And if he did that, you know he's done some of this other stuff. So it's not the documentary that's bringing him down. If you don't want to be brought down, then don't do the actions. If you do the crime, you're going to do the time, whether it's in media, whether it's in money, or whether it's in jail, or whether it's a combination of the three. Period.